Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2019 JYS Mathematics Prelim Paper 2 question 1. Alright, so this is the question regarding matrices. Okay, so let's read the question. The following table shows the quantities of some pastries sold at 2 shops in a particular hour. Right, so the selling price of a curry puff, a chicken pie, and a donut are $1.60, $3.50, and $2 respectively. Okay, matrices related to this information are defined below. Okay, so they have placed the information in the two tables, or rather the table above, okay, in matrix A, and then the selling price of the three items, right, in matrix B, right? Okay, so it's very important to recognize what is the order of the matrix. So for matrix A, there are 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so rows will be read this way, horizontally, and then the columns will be this way. So this is the 2 by 3 matrix, all right? Okay, then over here for B, there are 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 1 column. So this is a 3 by 1 matrix, okay? Okay, so in part A, we are asked what does the sum of elements in each column of A represent? So column means vertically, okay, this way. So they are saying what does this 28 plus 20, what does it represent? 22 plus 15, what does it represent? And then this 10 plus 12, what does it represent? Okay, so if you refer back to the table, you can see if you add 28 to 20, you get the total number of curry puff sold in both shop X and Y, okay, in that particular hour. Okay, then similarly for the chicken pie, the total number of chicken pie sold by both shops in an hour, okay, and then the total number of donuts, right, 10 plus 12. Okay, so that's basically what the sum of elements in each column of A represents. Okay, so we can write down it represents the number of curry puff, chicken pies, and donuts sold respectively by both the shops X and Y in a particular hour. Right, so if you sum it up, you will get 3 numbers, right? Okay, so it represents the number of curry puff. Okay, so 48, 22 plus 15, 37, and then 10 plus 12 will give you 22. Okay, so respectively, okay, by both shops X and Y in a particular hour, right? Okay, so let's move on to B part 1. Okay, so we're asked to multiply the matrix A and B together. Okay, so let's do that. So matrix A times matrix B. Okay, so you have 28, 20, 22, 15, 10, 12. Okay, multiply by 160, 350, and then 2. Okay, usually I like to label what the rows for matrix A represents are the one on the left. Okay, so this one's if you recall, the number of different pastries, okay, sold by shop X. Then the bottom row will be the number of pastries sold by shop Y. And then on this second matrix, okay, 160 represents the cost of the curry puff. Okay, 350 represents the selling price, okay, not the cost of the chicken pie, and then $2 represent the selling price of the donut. Okay, so now we're going to do the multiplication. Okay, but before you do, it's important to check whether this can be multiplied or not. So this is a 2 by 3, and then this is a 3 by 1. Okay, so as long as the center two numbers are the same, okay, it means that the number of columns in matrix A is equal to the number of rows in matrix B, then you can do the multiplication. Alright. Okay, so when we multiply out, okay, this is what we're going to get. We should be expecting to get a 2 by 1 matrix, okay, a 2 by 1 matrix. Okay, I'll do the working over here because I'm short of space over there. So 2 by 1 means 2 rows and then just 1 column. Okay, so it'll be 28 times 160 plus 22 times 350 plus 10 times 2, right? Okay, then the next one will be 20 times 160, right? Okay, so always row by column, right? Plus 15 times 350 plus 12 times 2, right? So row by column. Okay, so this will actually end up with give me 141.80 and then 108.50. Okay, so indeed we have a 2 by 1 matrix, 2 rows and then 1 column, right? Okay, so this is how you do the matrix multiplication. Okay, so what does the 141.80 and 108.50 represent? Okay, so that's what they're asking in part 2 of the question. So if you so it's very important to look through the working. So this step is actually very important. Okay, so basically what we have done is that we have taken the number of curry puff sold by shop X and multiplied by the price of the curry puff. Okay, the selling price of the curry puff. Then we take the number of chicken pie, multiply by the selling price of the chicken pie, and then subsequently we take the number of donuts sold multiplied by the selling price of the donuts. Then we added them together, right? So in other words, the top number, okay, will actually represent the total sales, okay, that particular hour for shop X. And then similarly, the bottom row will then be the total sales for shop Y in that particular hour, okay, of the 3 items, right? So that is basically what we can write. So the total sales of curry puff chicken pie and donut at shops X and Y was, okay, so we can actually write down the numbers itself with you, okay, to make it clearer, okay, was 141.80 and 108.50 respectively, okay. Okay, so maybe down here we can add the total sale of curry puff, chicken pie, and donut at shops X and Y at a particular hour, okay. Okay, since the question is just talking about just that particular hour, was 141.80, 108.50 respectively, right? Okay, so it's very important to write this step so that you can just look through and see what is the significance of the elements that you obtain for the matrix, okay, after the multiplication. Right, next part, the percentage profit for each curry puff, chicken pie, and donuts sold are 25%, 40%, and 60% respectively. Write down a 3 by 1 matrix C that represents the cost price, okay, of a curry puff, a chicken pie, and donut. Okay, so what they are saying here is that the selling price for the curry puff, right, is 160. Okay, so the selling price is 160. Okay, for the curry puff, right? Okay, and this 160 it actually includes a 25% profit, okay, on the cost price. So what we can say is that this 160 is actually 125% of the cost price, okay. So now in order to calculate the cost price, we need to calculate 100%, okay, right? So okay, for the curry puff, okay, let's do the working over here. So basically, to make it clearer, 125% for the curry puff is 160. So now we want to calculate 100%. That will allow us to find the cost price, okay. So 125% is the selling price of 160. So now we want to calculate the cost price, which is 100%. Right, so let's do that. So cost price of curry puff will be 100 over 125% times 160. So that will give us 128. Okay, the same thing goes for chicken pie, but chicken pie has a 40% profit, meaning that the selling price of chicken pie is actually 140%. Okay, so We can do a similar thing to calculate the cost price of curry puff, of the chicken pie. Okay, so same thing, the cost price is 100% over the selling price. Okay, over the percentage for the selling price multiplied by the actual selling price itself. So that will give us 250. Okay, and we'll do likewise for the donut. So 160 means the selling price is actually equals to 160%. Right, so cost price of donut would be 100 over 160 times $2, right? Okay, so that will give us 125. Okay, so now they want us to write down this info in the matrix C. Okay, a 3 by 1 matrix. So C is going to be 1.28, 2.50, and 1.25. Right? Okay, then in the last part of the question, they say hence or otherwise, find the total profit made by shop X from selling the 3 types of pastries in a particular hour. So total profit would be the selling price, total selling price minus the total cost price, right? Okay, the total selling price actually we have already gotten ready. Okay, the total selling price is actually this value, okay, for shop X in that particular hour. So now what we need to do is we need to calculate the total cost price, and then we take the total selling price minus the total cost price for shop X. Okay, so since we are dealing only with shop X, then we just need to use this rule for the multiplication. So we do not need a 2 by 3 matrix to multiply by the 3 by 1 matrix for the cost price. We just need a 1 by 3 matrix, okay, with the elements from shop X only. Okay, so what we can do is total cost for shop X. Okay, so as mentioned, we just take the number of curry puff sold, number of chicken pie sold, and number of donuts sold for shop X, and then multiply by the matrix for the cost price. Okay, so like this, and then 1.25. So this is a 1 by 3 and then 3 by 1. So you'll end up with a 1 by 1 matrix. Okay, 1 by 1 matrix. So it's just like this. Okay, so if you do the multiplication, okay, let's write down the steps. So it will be 28 times this, 22 times 250 plus 10 times 0.25. Okay, should be able to get 103.34. Okay, so this will be the total cost for shop X, alright? This is the total cost for shop X. So the total profit will be the total selling price, which is 141.8 minus away 103.34. Okay, so total profit equals to 141.80 minus 103.34. Okay, which will give us 38.46. Alright, so matrices questions are generally not too difficult. You just need to read the question carefully and then write your working so that you understand what are the results that you got, what do they represent. Alright.